What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel with another video. So originally I was going to do a Boruto video today. I'd actually had everything set up, gameplay, audio recorded, everything, but just after editing I got in bed, laid down, kind of rolled over to check my phone one last time for the night, and I saw something pop up on my news feed that honestly aggravated me, if not downright disgusted me to my core. So I decided, scrap the Boruto idea, I'm gonna do this instead. So sit back, grab some snacks, and let's dive into this together. Alright, so we all play games, or at least I assume you do to some degree if you watch this channel. Typically people play for fun or in their off time to relax and get away from the stresses of the world. Eat snacks, hang out with friends, that sort of thing. But there are some degenerates that just can't let other people have fun. Now I don't know what that is. Maybe their mom doesn't love them. Maybe they realize their only talent is talking shit to other people on Twitter. I don't know or honestly care. But some people can't leave well enough alone, which brings me to this. Now, I don't know which one of these clowns woke up and chose delusion, but 4 players from a team competing in a Gears 5 Pro Circuit tournament decided it would be okay to go into another person's stream and harass them to the point that they ended their stream early. Now, this pisses me off for a few reasons, but I'll get into that a little bit later. Those in charge of running the tournament, as well as Microsoft personnel, issued a small statement saying how this behavior was in violation of tournament rules and unacceptable. Well, obviously, no shit, this is unacceptable. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not a snowflake, right? I don't think any of you watching this are, but I'm definitely not a snowflake. I enjoy trash talking. I trash talk while I game, and I understand, talking some trash to people with friendly competition with your friends, blah blah blah. But with that being said, to my knowledge, the person that they targeted wasn't even in the tournament, as far as I know. Now I could be wrong, that could have changed, but as far as I know, the person that they were talking trash to, let's call it what it is, that they harassed, was not in the tournament. She was just a random Gears 5 streamer hanging out, chilling with her audience. And then these losers just came in and decided to harass her for no reason. They didn't even have, in the article that I read, there wasn't even a reason given for the things that they were saying to her. I don't even know exactly what they said, because it wouldn't release in the article, but apparently it was so bad that she ended her stream early. And it did, luckily it came with some repercussions. Now, I said earlier that this made me mad for a couple of reasons, so I want to jump into that real quick. The Gears Pro Circuit is a joke, alright? Let's keep it real. If you're a Gears fan like myself and you're watching this, I hate to say it, but we need to be honest with ourselves. It's a joke compared to, one, what it could be, and compared to other popular franchises. Like, look at the Wow, I can't English. Look at the Fortnite Pro Circuit, right? Look at that. Look at the Call of Duty World Championships. Look at Halo, which is crazy because Halo and Gears of War are owned by basically the same parent company, right? Halo's owned by 343. Gears of War is owned by the Coalition, but they're both, under the Microsoft umbrella. Yet, for some reason, Gears of War tournaments, they just suck. They don't suck, but they're not as big as they could be. But that brings me back to my point. It doesn't help that if this makes it out, which it will because Twitter exists, Instagram exists, the internet exists. If this makes it out widely across, any gaming type of social media, Twitter, TikTok, etc., the next big publicity that a Gears tournament will get centers around a group of irrelevant neckbeards. Right? You're irrelevant. I'm not going to say that you're like, I'm irrelevant, right? My following on social media, all that kind of stuff is small. But I've seen some of these top tier teams, like, notable teams in the Gears of War, tournament in the Pro Circuit series. I've seen some of these teams. I've checked them out on social media. Their followings aren't that huge. The Gears Pro Circuits aren't that huge. when they stream on Twitch or whatever, it's not that big of a following base. So it doesn't help that they're creating this type of bad controversy when your following base already isn't that huge. Secondly, what pisses me off is that they did it to a woman, to a female. Now, my issue is that you can't scroll anywhere, at least if you follow gaming, which I do, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you do if you're watching this. You can't scroll on gaming, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, whatever, without seeing a woman or a girl, streamer, gamer, whatever, somewhere talking about her bad experiences with males in the gaming community. And while there are those of us that try to advocate and, reassure them that you are welcome, you are valued in this community, and that the gaming community is very accepting, we have degenerates like these guys who just come out and start targeting people for no reason. Now, could it have just been a random thing that they just randomly chose somebody who was streaming Gears 5 and went in and started saying stuff? Yeah, that could have very well have just been a random case. But it doesn't matter because it's one, wrong person, wrong time. It's 2021. You can't do stuff like that anymore. This isn't 2012, right? This isn't 2013, 2010. This isn't, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 2, whatever. These aren't those days. You can't do that anymore. You can't do that and then have people laugh about it. Haha, it's very funny. No, like, people are starting to crack down on that because some people really take offense to that. As seen, this lady, she ended her stream early. So you can't do stuff like that anymore. I don't know how much of an idiot you have to be to have that bad situational awareness. Now, the official ruling for these four was that they basically can't participate in the rest of the tournament, which is good. I'm glad because they did violate the rules. They did harass somebody. So I'm glad that happened. However, what is being allowed is that they can allow their subs to play for them. So like they themselves, as far as what I read. Now, if any of you actually read the article and maybe you understand it better than me, because I did kind of skim over it, but from what I took from it, they themselves can't compete. But if they have substitutes, which most teams have substitutes, they can play. I guess finish out the tournament in their name. Now, I don't agree with that. I'm a big proprietor of, the whole team. Like, it was all four of them, right? It was all four of basically the starters that did it, as far as the article shows and as far as I'm concerned. But even if it was just two of them, everyone else had an obligation to jump in and say, hey, man, maybe we shouldn't be doing this. Let's not do this. I don't think this is okay. And nobody stopped them. So, to me, I think that the team as a whole should not be allowed to compete any further, substitutes or anything like that. It sucks for the rest of them. It sucks for those who maybe weren't involved but worked really hard to get to that level. But hey, maybe next time they'll do better about keeping their teammates in line. But for me personally, if I was in charge of basically the punishment, I would just chalk their next matchup to an L. I would fine them, because if this was any other sport, right? Esports doesn't really do that because it's all like individual based, all that. But a lot of other sports like NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball, soccer, tennis, all these people, they would be fined. So I think their next match should be chalked up to an L. No substitutes allowed to play. They should be fined, and we should continue on with the bracket. And it will set a message, because I feel like as a community, I think gamers need to send two messages, and this is a prime way of sending it. One, that we stand behind our female players, and they are welcome and valued. And two, that harassment of any kind is not allowed. Again, I do love trash talk. I talk trash to my friends. I talk trash to people when I'm playing games, right? Friendly competition. But there needs to be a line. There needs to be a line, and people need to be able to see that line. They need to be mature enough to see that line. If you're talking trash to somebody in the middle of a lobby, like you're in the middle of a search and destroy lobby, or you're playing, Gears, you're in the middle of, I don't know, King of the Hill, Escalation, whatever. Halo, you're in the middle of Slayer, whatever game mode that they play, that's fine. Talk some trash. Keep it, moderate. You know, you don't have to be, you know, no slurs or anything, but keep it moderate, and then you can go about your day. But there needs to be a line, and I think that stuff like this happening limits a lot of games, and it limits a lot of people's progression. That's why we don't see as many girls who want to play games at a higher level, or they don't feel comfortable showing their face on cams on streams, or they don't feel comfortable talking in streams because of guys like this, because they had no reason to come out and attack her like that. Whatever they said, whatever they did, doesn't matter. I don't really care. You had no reason to do it. And I think that the punishment needs to, you know, it needs to suit the crime. So chalk up an L, learn from it. L stands for learn. Goodbye. Come back next year, next season, whatever, however they do their tournaments. I don't know if it's like every season, whatever the case may be. But I do want to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comments how you feel about this. You know, if you agree with me, if you disagree, if you have any more information about this that maybe I missed out on, just let me know. And I will see you all next time.